Hello, good morning and welcome to day 13 of the Star Wars Lego Advent Calendar. And we do actually have 12 days left till Christmas Day. So we're now on day 13. So very quickly. Day 1 we had the A-Wing, one of my favourite ships in the series. Followed by Padawan. And we'll try and set these up so they look cool. Then Luke's home. And then Luke himself. We then had the X-Wing, followed by the Raven Quest, here. Then the Sith Trooper. I think I'm getting this right order. If not, I apologise. Rey was after that, followed by little D-O, not B-O, D-O. Then we had the tie dagger, and one quick thing on this, you notice I put in a little stand, so now you can actually see what it looks like. So it actually is a bit better, so you can actually see a bit more about the tie dagger. But I've given it a stand so you can actually see what it looks like, because when it's flat, it just leans forward and you can't really see it properly. Followed by the Millennium Falcon, and then yesterday we had the little porg. We don't get it up there. Oops. Little porg, which doesn't stand up very well. So that's what we had yesterday. So just to recap, that was what we had yesterday. So I wonder what we're going to have today. In today's calendar. So we'll find that out in a moment. And I'm going to put the porg on the Falcon. I think it'll be just a little bit easier to set these up the next day. So let's move that to one side. I think I'll do the same with Luke. I'll put him on the house. Oh, you can look like a giant, but at least that way it's going to be a little bit faster putting these out tomorrow. Put him over the side. I put the Sith Trooper on here if it's not going to be too much. His helmet's come off. Rey. Oops, Rey, don't fall over. I wonder if we're going to have any more Mandalorian stuff. At the moment we've only got the one. So we really kind of need a Baby Yoda and a Mandalorian in this set to really make this one stand out. Because you've given us the Raven Quest, but you haven't given us anything else from the Mandalorian. Which I think is a bit of a shame. Especially with Season 2 coming up. Out at the moment. Helps me to mark the days. Okay, so we've got another ship. Take the guy out. So we've got another cruiser. Now I was going to use the red base plate today to build this one, but looking at the fact that this is Dun, dun, dun. I'm looking forward to when I get in a new tripod, which is coming soon, because this would be even easier with a second tripod, because I have a lot more space then to manoeuvre everything. Right, let me shift that in there so you can see it on the edge. Hopefully this shouldn't take too long, this one, because it looks fairly straightforward compared to the others that I've been doing. So we will see. Right, so the first order of business is this double one. This is an interesting piece actually, because it's practically a rocket ship. So it's quite an unusual piece, but it's a good piece. It's a good piece. If they did this more often, I think that was on the Mandalorian ship as well. The only downside is it doesn't fit on there properly. Alright, we'll fit it that way. Okay, we'll just leave it loose. For now, I don't like leaving it loose because I want to have this as an animation, which I think would be a lot of fun. Then we've got a triangular piece which goes on the side. We use a marker a second. Oh. So put one on this side so it's out of camera shot. Not out of shot, but just so that as I add each piece on, I'm not covering up the one preceding. These little triangle pieces are so small, they're very fiddly, but they're effective. They're effective. Okay, that's that one. I'm not quite sure what ship this is. Not 100% sure. I know what ship it seems to look like, but I can't be 100% sure. So I'm trying to work out if this is Clone Wars or A New Hope. I'm not. That's where I'm going with it. I won't reveal what I think it is until the end, until it's done. But it's definitely one of those, from one of those two. So either Clone Wars or A New Hope. But we'll have to wait and see at the end. And more importantly, when I finish this whole calendar and I go back and look at what they actually are, then I'll know. Because I know there have been a few years when I recognise the ship, but I don't know the name of that particular ship. And I think I've done this slightly wrong. But that's okay. That's what this whole process is about. It's part of the fun, I guess. Okay, so next up is some white piece, so that's, I guess it's that way. Based on that's the only way it will fit. Talking of animation, I was watching this morning the police station build, because someone had recorded it as what's it called in what's that word, in stop motion. So that's what I did wrong. That's what I did wrong. Put the wrong way around. Put it in the wrong end. And this goes in here now. There we go. Right. I said if this fitted on the actual thing like the other ones did, I wouldn't have to put the marker in there, which is what I bought the base plate for. But it's not connecting with the bottom bit. I'm trying to see if there's anything on here. Yeah, you know what I can do? That's fine. Let me do this. Just fly across the board, why don't you? If I move Luke back a couple of spaces, put this stud in here, and what I might be able to do is elevate it slightly. There you go. Now it's in place and I don't need Luke anymore. Yay! There we go. Right. Brilliant. Okay. So now I can do this without moving it too much. Look at that. Much better. How much easier is that? And we've got this green one on this side. Is it the green one? Red one. So I told you it's 4 in the morning. My brain's not quite awake yet. And then this one on this side. Oh, really? Come on, man. See what I'm saying? Some stay on, some come off all the time. And this one just keeps coming off. Oh, for crying out loud. Didn't really want to have to take it off to put it on. Ugh. These pieces are so fiddly. Fiddly. But the good thing is though, with this one, this is obviously, for a young child doing this calendar, it's the perfect calendar. You know? Because although sometimes some of these are a bit complex, it's not too complex. You know, they can still manage it. Right, does anyone have any ideas what this is? I am definitely starting to think that it is what I think it is. But you'll have to wait and see what it is at the end. So that goes... Oh right, that one. Okay, that one goes there. Hold on, no, not quite. Not quite, that one goes there. Supposedly. Seems a bit wrong. Seems a bit wrong to me. And this triangle piece, whoops, moved it again, goes at the back. This flat red on the top. And I think I've just realised something else. That this piece, oops, this piece down here needs a white stud on it. And then goes on there. Still doesn't feel right. Feels very weird, this ship. Which is making me think it's not the one I think it is. And the last few pieces, so we'll have one in the middle. This just looks wrong. Doesn't look right at all. Well, it's definitely not the ship I think it. If this is the actual shape of the ship, it's definitely not the one I think it is. So I'm not too sure on what ship this is. And I'll explain which one ship I thought it was in a minute. Right, I think that's the build. Okay, right, the ship I thought this was the blockade runner. I thought this was the blockade runner, but looking at it, it's not quite that shape. But I don't recognise the ship shape. As nice as it looks, don't really recognise the ship. So it'll be interesting to see which ship it is. So when I find out, I'll obviously let you know. But that's the Star Wars build today. So thank you very much for that one. But that's the end of the Star Wars Day 13 build. So join me tomorrow for Day 14 of the Star Wars LEGO build.